Last year, my wife Katina and I moved to Greece to reconnect with her roots.
Now, my husband Rhett and I explore the Greek islands and immerse ourselves in the culture, guided by the people who know it best. Subscribe on YouTube to join us on our incredible Greek odyssey.
Folegandros has been sitting pretty at the top of our list for must-visit Greek islands for years. With its small size, remote charm, and breathtaking views, it's still flying under the radar as a hidden gem. Strolling through the main village of Chora, we were immediately enchanted by its cozy squares oozing with charm. Our first stop, meeting up with tour guide extraordinaire Poli to get the inside scoop on the stunning island.
Oh my God, I'm a star. We are studying at Buddha Square. It's the first square in Folegandros.
And did we mention we're here celebrating our 6th wedding anniversary? Poli shared with us that there are a few theories about how Folegandros got its name, but the most accepted one feels like it was fate that brought us here. Definitely a sign, right?
They give the name Folegandros because it was very stony. Folegandros means iron land. Yes.
Iron land.
Iron land.
Our wedding anniversary is on Sunday.
Ah.
For 6 years, it is iron.
I mean, come on. The city of Folegandros, 400 years before Christ, was up to the church over here in the top of the mountain. And the ancient people, they built the city wall, and we have one small part of this wall in the cemetery. And here is my mother, Katina. Look.
Oh, wow.
And here is the wall. As we go later to the castle, you see many of these that is from the wall. The stone. Yes.
So they moved the stone.
Yes.
They recycled.
Yes, it was ready to build.
As we made our way up the mountain to the Panagia Church, Poli painted a picture of the island's past, where isolation and sparse resources forced locals to make do with the little they had. Let's just say, life on the island wasn't exactly a Greek holiday back in the day.
If you eat matata, you eat.
We tried it.
You tried, yes, because they tried to make spaghetti. We didn't have spaghetti, so they want spaghetti.
And honestly, what better way to work off all that delicious Folegandros food than climbing this stairway to heaven with a view that's totally worth the burn?
Now we are going in this church. Before become a church, it was a temple of Apollo and Artemis. We see many of ancient things for Roman times. This for example,
the Church of Panagia is a true treasure. Beyond its uniquely stunning marble architecture, it comes with a legendary tale about an Ottoman pirate who had the audacity to steal an icon and carve off the faces. And the next part is truly miraculous.
And this icon is Panagia, the Virgin Mary. The story says that he saw every night in his dream the Virgin Mary. Ask her, please take me back home, please take me back home, says to the pirate. And this pirate threw it to the sea. After a few days, a captain from Eos found the icon, knows the story, and bring it back to Folegandros.
As we headed back down from the church, we got a bird's eye view of our next stop, the old castle. Perched on the edge of a cliff, it's clear why the town was built here to fend off pirates and invaders.
You see, the castle built exactly in the cliff, built in 1204, at Venetian times. And the pirates, when they see the boat, they close the door. This is the first entrance to castle. Here is the most photographer place in Folegandros. They live in here 500 families. Every door you see, it was for one family. They live in one room. It's 9 meters long and 3 meters length. The stairs is big because they use it for seats outside. The door has a reasons that has 3 pieces.
It was fascinating to learn that the castle's doors were more than just entries. They were an ancient form of messaging. And if you know me, you know how intrigued I was to learn more about the history of this non-spoken communication. The locals used them to signal whether they wanted privacy, visitors, or even help.
As you see here in the castle, they recycle the stone from the city wall
And let me tell you, the recycling Greek in me was thrilled to hear how resourceful they were when it came to building the castle. Talk about upcycling on a grand scale.
It was very difficult here to find wood because we didn't have trees. And this wood they found from destroyed boats. And they take it here and they build the castle. From here also you can see this wood, you see this wood over there. They used the mast of the ship to build the roof. Here, if the pirate comes, they have to pass one by one. Someone waits from upstairs with a stone or with a hot oil.
Poli also explained that once the pirate threat vanished, the clever Greeks expanded the city and designed the streets to welcome the cool summer breezes while keeping the harsh winter winds at bay. Ingenious, right?
It's still the same architect style in the Chora. It's like a castle.
We're not the only ones who've been captivated by Folegandros' picturesque beauty. Renowned Greek composer Andreas felt drawn to this island long before he ever set foot here.
When I was much younger, I saw in a magazine the castle, and I said, when I will be 50, I will be in Folegandros. I felt that. I said, and then I forgot it. And when I was in Milos 15 years ago, it was the best chance for me to visit Folegandros. The universe brought me in front of this. I didn't know if it was a shop or a house. And I said, let's open the shop of my heart. Not only music and songs, but let's present antiques and things that I collect. And I have decided in a few minutes to change my life.
Even though Andreas spends his off-seasons in Athens or on tour, his heart lives here. Every summer he performs for free, creating magic for visitors under the stars. Now that's passion.
I offer Reiki to my friends every night. We play songs, we sing, we share energy. It keeps me alive, happy, and sometimes tired.
One of the true delights of Folegandros is its people, both the locals and visitors alike, living in such harmony.
The quality of people is very high. When I close, most of the items are left outside in my veranda. Nobody has ever stolen, not even a small magnet. It reminds me of 1960, not more than 1970. This period with the simplicity.
There's something magical about Folegandros, where you can rewind to a time to savor the good old days. Take Ben, a Greek-American who moved to his family's island to give his kids a better life. Talk about living the dream.
Knowing the life that we want to live, I didn't want to have to constantly worry about my children or worry about my family. Tonight we'll go into Chora for dinner, and my wife and I will sit down, and the kids will be gone for 2 hours. We have no idea where they are in Chora, but everybody knows them, and they will be okay. It's a village that takes care of their children. There's no worry about anything. There's a freedom for the children here that I experienced when I was a kid in the States, and I like to give that to them here. In Greece, family is everything. Having the family connections here, having the name. I love Folegandros. To me, it's a magical island. There's an energy to it and a vibe to it that is just amazing. The world might be going crazy. Nobody knows on Folegandros what's going on.
These days, Ben works on a farm owned by Dimitri, the mastermind behind Chic, a fabulous restaurant. Together they raise goats, make cheese, and grow their own produce to keep things as farm to table as it gets.
Farming is a labor-intense job, no matter where you go and what you do. Dimitri was the first person I met coming here, really got to know him and see his operations. He needed help. I'm able to sort of fill in the gap with some of the labor, fill in the gap with some of the organizational process. I grew up on a farm, so we had all these sort of things when I was a kid, and I understood them. I lived it all the way up until college. I primarily look after the goats, take care of their health, bring in a little bit more modern practices to the program here. So this is the last of our hard cheese. It goes for about 3 or 4 months. Gets the really moldy stuff that adds the flavor and the outer texture. Then we wash it again. They used to wash it in the sea. We wash it in a saltwater mixture that we make on our own. It's a little bit more hygienic.
I totally understand what it's like to be drawn back to your roots. Watching Ben and his family make this island home is something special. Sure, they've had to make some compromises, but the life they've built here is priceless. On our last evening, Rhett and I reflected on what makes Folegandros truly unforgettable.
Oh man, this island, so incredibly beautiful.
Poli said it, but When you come to this island, you feel something special, some sort of serenity, some sort of peace. This town just feels like the perfect Cycladic small town. It still has that something. It's very small, but in just the right way.
This is an incredibly welcoming island. It's almost like we can't walk down the street without saying hi to somebody, giving us a hug. They're stopping what they're doing to ask how we're doing and what we're doing with our day.
It feels like after a week, we know half of the town already, or at least they know us, in the best way possible.
I really feel like Folegandros is romantic without even trying to be romantic. So many places you go, they really work hard on building the vibe and the atmosphere and everything. And that's just natural here.
People always are like, hey, don't tell people about this island. Well, you know what? This is one of those islands. People want to keep the secret for themselves. And I understand why. There still isn't enough infrastructure for too many people here, which I think is a good thing. So I really hope that they find a way to keep this in a manageable place.
Yeah, I really feel like the locals here are trying to make sure that they maintain a balance between tourism and maintaining that quality of simple life that has always existed here on this island.
Ben said, let the traditions that they hold on to be what brings people here and not just cater to tourists. And right now, they're doing a really good job at that. One thing that I actually really like is the people that we met who have come here, who were not born here. They had ties to here and they were drawn to this place because it had some sort of magic. I think this island has something about it that draws me to it too. And I understand why people feel this way about Folegandros. Folegandros has it all. Mouth-watering food, jaw-dropping beauty, and locals who welcome you with open arms. As this year's journey through the Greek islands comes to an end, it's clear what truly sets Greece apart isn't just the beaches, views, experiences, or the history. At the heart of it all, the true beauty of Greece lies in its people.
Don't forget to like and subscribe to Becoming Greek to keep up with our adventures and see where we're headed next.